how can I put it? I personally, being open and honest, I've been having my own personal week. I would say week from hell, right? Week from hell, where last week I found myself apologizing for something that I didn't even feel I did anything wrong.
Why would you apologize?
I'm gonna explain.
Conversation of what our children's outlets are or what they would turn to. Because I did have a conversation with my son, like, okay, so when you feeling like this, that's when I found out he started smoking cigarettes. And he was like, I smoke a black and mild because it helps me with the stress. And I'm looking like, you 16, what you stressing about? But I never knew that even as a 16-year-old, he's going to need something too. And if it's usually not girls, he can't come to me. He didn't like where he was at. Everybody uses an outlet.
Millennial minded. Millennial minded. Millennial minded. Millennial minded.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Millennial Minded Podcast with Marquis
And Jeeah.
And we're going to be talking about. Well, first.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Wait.
Go ahead.
We have a birthday.
Yes, I was going to bring that up.
Oh, okay. I just dropped on me this week.
Yep.
A year ago.
Yep.
Is our 1 year anniversary or birthday for the Millennial Minded Podcast with Marquis and Jeeah.
Amen to that. That's 1 year anniversary for us. I think our first episode dropped audio September 7th. We've been on YouTube since
September 9th.
September 9th. We've been on YouTube. And thank you for rocking with us, those who have been listening and subscribed and all those wonderful things. We appreciate it so much. 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary.
And it was her idea to do it. I was thinking about doing it with some other people, and she hit me up.
Didn't want me involved.
And then she hit me up like, yo, let's do a podcast. And it's like, yeah, but wanted to do this for a while.
But not with you. Come on, because we're going to keep it real.
I
got to keep it real with a couple of things concerning our podcast.
Okay.
And since half of y'all are not subscribed, y'all ain't going to see it. But I'm going to make sure y'all see this clip because we've been very influential. And I've been seeing people that's quoting and suddenly bringing up subjects that was covered on this podcast. Now, I have no problem with us all talking about the same thing because Marquis and I do it all the time. But we actually say on the podcast that we saw it on the internet, it's trending topics, it's all over the news, this, that. Y'all are not citing your sources, okay? I need the next time y'all post something that he and I covered, that it says, as per the Millennial Minded Podcast with Marquis and Jeeah, I'm going in today because y'all been copying.
Copying it.
Copying.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
I'm flattered.
But y'all not subscribing. I'm sorry.
It's cool.
I digress.
It's cool. I've been seeing when we go out to the events, we've been getting our flowers from people. They haven't subscribed though, but they've been like, yo, we watch this and this and this. I want to give you some suggestions, stuff like that. So just subscribe.
Just subscribe or join the conversation. But you're going to take a whole conversation that Marquis and I have been having over the last year and subliminally, it's on your Facebook page as a topic of sis, I already talked about that. What you doing? I'm sorry, Marquis, that I had to drag you in.
No, it's cool.
We need to gather some people because we not amateurs no more.
No, we're not. We're a year in. We're a year in of podcasting, and 4 more to go.
We're not novice to this.
Exactly.
We got a whole year of experience. I just don't like to see our content copied and y'all not even joining in on the conversation. We don't do that as podcasters because y'all jumping on Facebook Live. But as podcasters that is actually bringing content that's, people subscribe all over the world.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just let that sit there.
Yeah. We got
So
some
your little
people listening
Facebook
in
Live
Europe.
discussions ain't doing nothing. I don't care if you don't see the subscriptions. We all over the
For
world.
real, I've seen the stats in Europe and France, all these countries. Yeah.
But y'all are taking some of the content and y'all not really citing your source. So I understand that, it's okay to be influenced by other people, but
Absolutely.
come on.
Cite
Y'all,
it, yeah, give us- let
no,
us,
y'all gonna give me and Marquis worked too hard for for me to see what I've been seeing. And my
Wow.
spirit was disturbed by what I seen this week in general. After we put our Facebook page up for Millennial Minded.
Yes, I forgot about that. We put the Facebook page up that probably should have did a year ago, but it is up there now. So follow us on Facebook, Millennial Minded Podcast, Marquis and Jeeah, Instagram at millennial.minded, and on YouTube, of course. Subscribe there. I can't even be mad at people that don't subscribe because there's so many videos that I've watched or people that I like. That
And you don't subscribe?
Now I do because I'm in it.
You see it.
Yeah.
Or at least like it. But we do get good streams, so thank you for the streaming as well.
Absolutely. What else? I want to shout out some of the youth from GOT. Caleb made the Dean's List for his first year at college. Shout out to Maya doing their thing. And Elias has sent me a video of him dunking, which is like 10-foot regulation. I couldn't dunk in high school until my last year of high school, and he's already doing it now. So I just wanted to shout them out.
These kids are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Keep doing your thing. Just wanted to recognize you. I said Maya, Caleb, yes, Elias, all the kids, keep doing your thing. We got the 1-year anniversary out the way, and we got to talk about the presidential address that he made to us unvaccinated people. Okay, so he came at us who are not vaccinated and said basically his patience is wearing thin. Tired of you ninjas.
He too old for y'all to keep getting on his nerves. Go ahead.
Right. Tired of us ninjas. We're dragging this out. We're making things worse. And we need to just go ahead and get the vaccination. So if you saw, he's mandating now that federal employees be vaccinated, or I believe they won't have a job, or I think they have to get weekly tests. Mm-hmm. And then I believe companies, I don't know if they are federal contractors, but I saw businesses that have more than 100 employees need to be vaccinated.
I saw that.
So that includes me. I'm in the company that has more than 100 employees. So it's either I get a weekly test, which I don't want people sticking that thing up my nose. I hate it, hate the feeling, or I have to go ahead and get vaccinated.
Which one we getting, the Pfizer or the Moderna?
From what I've heard,
Because you wait till a mandate come from somebody else, but your black mama and your black cousin that's sitting right next to you been mandating you for a whole.
Well, my mother was saying don't.
5 months.
She was saying don't, and then when she had the mandate, or just seeing the Delta variant and what's happening, she was like, "Son, go ahead and get it." And I wasn't comfortable doing it. So let me first say to my sister, I feel your pain. I know
Pressure?
the pressure that her and I
okay.
talked about. She called me up a couple of weeks ago. She was in her last year of school, and she like, Marquis, I don't want to do it. They got me. They got me in the pickles. I got to do it or take the test weekly. I'm encouraging you. I probably will, after this, I might go ahead and just walk in, get the Pfizer, and get it over with, get the first dose. So I'm saying to you, my sister, go ahead and do it. Finish your degree, get your education.
Please.
Finish school out, and everything's gonna be all right. We can't travel. We're not gonna be able to go to Africa and all these places that we talked about going and all that if we don't have the vaccine. A lot of my friends already that was against it, they got it, and it looks like we're stringing along America as President Biden would say. So go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do it. We can talk about it off air later. just go ahead and do it. And yeah, that's it. I guess he got us. He got me. He got me. Biden, you got me.
Is it Biden's fault or is it your fault? Because why do you have to wait for your
Because I feel like I
Your
protected
life to be
myself.
threatened.
I wore my mask. You know, other people around me had it. That's going out to the clubs and bars and all this stuff. All my friends, people at work, they're getting it. But I'm like just going here, that's it. I'm protecting myself. So I don't feel like I was at risk. Plus, I had COVID. Have the antibodies. So I had COVID early last year. We didn't even know it was COVID.
Oh.
Got tested, got the antibodies. So supposedly I'm good. My body's already because what the vaccine did was develop antibodies for it. They put the virus in you at a lower rate. Your
They
body.
don't put the virus in you.
That's what vaccines are. They take a little bit of the virus. They put it.
That you sign a waiver when you take the vaccine, and it says there are no COVID antibodies in this vaccine. That's what the
No,
waiver
your
says.
body develops the antibodies to fight the virus.
Okay.
Every vaccine is a slower strain of the virus injected into you, so your immune system, boom, builds up the immunity.
Marquis is not a scientist. Y'all better not. I don't
That's-
agree with that. That's just like people that say they give you a little bit of the flu before when they shoot you with the. That's not.
That's what they do. It's a lower strain
That's
of the
what
flu
people
virus.
think. That has not been founded in studies.
Ask Delphine. Ask anybody. A vaccine is a lower strain of that virus.
Okay.
Injected
But
into
when you sign the COVID waiver, they let you know there is no traces of COVID-19 in this vaccine.
I don't. That's impossible because they. So what did the vaccine put
I
in
got
you?
vaccinated in February and March, so that could be. I don't want to give false information. We'll see Marquis in a couple of weeks after he done been Pfized or Moderna.
Right. Yeah. We'll see how. Yeah. Because you're feeling. All right. We'll get to. All right. So now, another anniversary that we have to remember.
Oh,
September
11th.
11th.
9/11.
9/11. I think that's 20 years.
20 years.
Since that changed America. We never thought something like that would happen on our soil, but it certainly did. Then we had this long war because of that. And I want to remember those who lost loved ones in that tragic event. I encourage younger people to go check out what happened, learn all about that. Do you remember where you were when?
I was working at the airport that the hijackers came through,
my
Newark
God,
International
Newark?
Airport. I was in my 8th month pregnant, and that was my last week of work before I went into like maternity leave.
Yeah.
So that Tuesday, I did not have to work. My sister covered my shift, and I'm so
Y'all work
glad
together?
that we worked together, and I'm so glad that my sister wound up covering my shift on that Tuesday because when it all happened, she was able to see the second plane hit from the airport window, and they evacuated everyone out of terminals A, B, and C of Newark International Airport, and they all had to walk down the highway in Newark until they can get, so I would not have been able to
Walk,
complete that
okay.
journey had it been me. I was 8 months pregnant. My baby was due exactly the month later, October 11th. I wound up having him on the 16th. But yes, that was my final week of work, and after that, working in the airport is when everything changed.
So they couldn't get into their cars and leave. They had to walk on the highway.
We were busing it at that time.
Gotcha, I
So
gotcha.
everybody that was due to fly out, they stopped everything. America literally did stop, and they were standing on a highway waiting, and you couldn't get to New York. They were trying to get, and the first responders were trying to get to New York to help in New York. So people were stuck in Newark International Airport for literally 4 to 5 days before they could get flights out for people to get back home. And then nobody could fly for like almost 3.5, 4 weeks until like a system came into place because the hijackers that came through Newark International Airport.
That's crazy.
And back
yeah.
then, you could just walk through security with your ID.
I know that's what the good old days, and that's ruined because of.
You could carry a knife that was up to 4 inches, and remember, they had knives. They didn't have guns. They had little blades. That's what they had on them. It was legal to carry that into an airplane before September 11th, and that's how they destroyed America with a 4-inch blade.
Yeah, so I was. Well, I think it was in 8th grade, and we saw it from Belleville Middle School. We could see the smoke and just the smoke, the cloud of smoke that was there. I didn't see any planes hit. I think they put it on the TV, and then they let us all go home, let parents come pick us up, etc. So those people that fought off the terrorists and the hijackers on the planes, brave first responders. They said that a lot of cancer rates went up from the people that was affected, and I want to mention get I guess early screening or yearly screening for cancer, especially those that were involved with 9/11 and the cleanup and everything like that. They're recommending you get yearly screening for cancer, or just in general. You should definitely do that because cancer is nothing to play with. So just want to remember 9/11. How that changed America as a whole. What else? So I asked you off air, but you say you don't listen to rap. I was going to talk to you about Drake's Certified Lover Boy album. You didn't listen to it at all.
No, I just heard like little clippets. I know I like Drake, so I know it was a good album. I don't like that they're pitting like people against like rappers. So his album is comparable to Kanye West.
They've been
and like they
beefing.
beefing. It's just like good music is good music at this point.
But they do have a personal. It seems like a personal beef that's been going on for a minute. I agree with not pitting them together.
Lyrically, how is Drake though?
Lyrically, Drake can drop bars. He can give bars.
So catchy.
So the other stuff, that's what I don't like about Drake, is which everyone is saying about this album and his old album, that it's all the same stuff. Like he's got the cheat code formula for making hit records, and he's not deviating from that. He's not experimenting. He's not going outside of that. He's gonna sing you a little bit, rap you a little bit, throw out a song like "Way Too Sexy" that's kind of cheesy, corny with this funny video to it, and you guys are gonna talk about it like crazy. And he's about getting that money. So he's not. So I call him like the Maroon 5 of the rap game, because they stick to the same formula. A lot of it, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I in particular don't like it, but he can drop bars.
Okay.
And he did some, especially on this song he got for Kanye West where he went at his neck. He definitely has that potential, but he doesn't go outside of that. It's the same Drake that you've heard 5 years ago. Same formula.
So is it more so that I heard a couple of people say that he's just a ladies' man? You know, they used to say this about like Nelly back in the day, like because the majority of his core fan base of females, he kind of got slack for that. So he was considered, although Nelly had the hits in the 2000s and he aesthetically looked good, and he was the women really loved him. So other MCs and artists kind of used that against him, like, he just for the ladies. So do you feel like Drake is like just for the ladies?
I feel like people attack him because of that, and try to diminish him when he can really spit bars.
Okay.
He defends himself well.
Okay.
I would say that. They do try to come at him at his neck, and someone's always trying to come at him for that.
Okay.
That part I don't like about it either. But the part that facts remain, though, he's sticking to a formula to get that money. He's making hits.
Okay.
He's not going to go outside of that. And it's this, you've heard this before. If you heard any of his music, you've heard the same drill beat.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's I guess a little disgruntled fan is, saying about this new album.
Well, technically, if you have something that works that well for you, who would deviate?
A lot of
Nope.
artists do.
Who?
I mean, I can go down my list of people, but a lot of artists,
That change up their.
to experiment. You don't want to stay.
don't
Kanye
wanna
West,
stay? Mhm.
Donda is very experimental and very. I can see like live musical arrangements happening from real musicians from that. You're not going to be able to do that with Drake so much because he stayed in that electronic beat making, same drill beat. We're sticking to this formula.
Okay.
Kanye West experiment. They try to do a whole bunch of other stuff.
All right.
Other artists usually try to evolve over time. What they were rapping about at 20, they don't rap about at 40.
Yes.
Drake's same formula. So yeah, I would say it's not a bad thing to stick to the formula, the winning formula, the cheat code that you mentioned, that's getting you paid and making you number one all the time. I can't slight him for that. I just understand though why artists like it's the same Drake. I'm good.
Oh, okay. I heard somebody talking about J. Cole's album. That
I'm
that
getting
was
into that.
really
Yeah.
mind blowing. I was like, oh, really?
He's that dude.
And now
Kendrick's coming.
lyrically, I know him and Kendrick, like they give you something to think about.
Right.
So
Drake's never gonna do that.
He's never. He just want me to feel good
Yeah.
and rub my booty
Drake
on him.
and Drive, yeah.
Okay, so I really.
He's
It's
never
a
gonna do
different target audience, so where you really want to think about what's coming out. Oh, so I understand.
Yeah, Common just dropped the album with Black Thought and a bunch of features. But he's making you his music is always about pro-black,
Yeah.
making you think and
Consciousness.
right? I hate on him. I like Drake.
Yeah.
but he's never gonna. Or maybe
He
one
gonna
day.
make you think.
Nah.
He gonna make you think how to get the girl and how not to get caught.
Right. It's about feelings.
He got that formula.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. But he make hit records. What else we got? We got one comment, and I won't go deep into it.
You can do whatever you want to do.
no,
Why? Because why you warning me?
It was
Because I don't know what it is now.
I mean, it's just your Pastor Paul commented,
Ooh, Lord. What he say?
and I know a couple of my friends when we start talking scripture, they want to tune out from that. They don't want to hear that.
Okay.
That's why I said I'm not gonna go deep. I'm gonna read the comment. Thank you as always for commenting. We really appreciate that. It looks like it's from a previous episode, but he said about the tribulation where we talked about. It said Jesus coming cut short the tribulation for the elect.
Yes.
Which
That's what we said.
right? Okay, we agree. Right. There is more tribulation for those who are not the elect.
The second.
Daniel speaks of
Resurrection.
this also.
Okay.
So all I'm gonna say is agree with you on the first part. And this discussion is when is Christ coming? Of course, we don't know the date, time, the hour. We understand that. But was it before or after? So we got the who, which is the church and Christ coming. The what is the rapture.
The when.
The when is the how. The how we know how it's coming. 1 Thessalonians. The when, and I invite anyone that can show when he's coming, because I can read where it says immediately after tribulation. So, and our doctrine that we're taught, him coming before tribulation, there's no scripture for it. So that's why I asked my mom, I asked people, just give me one, because we believe the doctrine that's not in the Bible. And I give credit to Hebrew Israelites. When I was down with them, now a lot of stuff they got wrong. Black people are the only ones making it into heaven. Christ is coming from, no, totally false. But a lot of the history, the geopolitical stuff, how they tie it in, they were on point with that. So they showed where the rapture doctrine, and when I say rapture doctrine, I mean doctrine that he's coming before tribulation. Because the rapture is happening. It is real. But when he said when they break down who brought it in, how they brought it in, it's been here for centuries. but there's no biblical text for it to say he's coming before tribulation. So that's the only thing, Pastor Paul, or anyone. Just show where he's coming before. I would believe it. But for all my life, all your life, we've been taught it's before. But there's no actual proof to show that. So that's it. I believe, what you said is being cut short for the elect. I 100% agree. But it says after tribulation he's coming. So
you're the only one that disagree, basically.
Oh, you still agree with Pastor Paul?
I still, the first and the second
Resurrection.
First one, we're going to be caught up. Second one, people going to be left here, and I'm leaving it at that. And then when he come back and get the rest of the people that's going to be left here, that's it. That's what the scripture says. But when? That's what you're saying.
Right. When is all that happening?
When is Jesus coming?
Before tribulation or after?
I believe he's coming to get us before tribulation, but
all right, so show scripture where it's before tribulation. That's all I'm asking. Because I would have believed the same thing you believe. I would have believed. I grew up on it. Just show me, please, anyone. And the truth is, you won't find it. I searched, you won't find it. But after, that's happening. First resurrection. Boom. Millennium reign. Armageddon. Then second resurrection. That's what I've read.
okay.
Okay. So let's move on to the another topic. And I'm going to try to tie this into, I guess it's about mental health.
Okay.
I'm going to try to tie this into actor, brother Michael K. Williams that recently passed. This week, right?
Yes.
This week. We're going to talk about a little bit of mental health, and I guess I'll try to tie this in. I'll talk a little bit. You can chime in whenever you want.
Sure.
So, how can I put it? I personally, being open and honest, I've been having my own personal week. I would say week from hell. Right? Week from hell, where last week I found myself apologizing for something that I didn't even feel I did anything wrong.
Why would you apologize?
I'm gonna explain. I didn't feel like I did anything wrong, but I was apologizing to just keep the peace. Just to keep. I'm explain. I'm gonna go deeper.
We done with people pleasing. We done been over. Listen, you done sat next to me for a whole year.
Right. I'll explain. I'm gonna explain. Okay.
Calm down. Go ahead.
I'm personally tired of beefing with, people I care about, loved ones in my circle, even family. I don't like it at all. And even when I hear about, even though I feel like sometimes you were right about certain things, but when I hear you and your sisters are arguing or fighting, I hate it. I hate when my mother and I have issues or friction. So let me ask you this.
That's not true, though, Marquis.
Let me ask you this. When was the last time you hugged your mother and told her you loved her?
What month are we in?
That right there. That's how to me.
I don't get to see my mother, though, like that. I see her once in the blue moon, once every couple of months. But we text every week and say, my mother good on texting. I love you, and it's just, I love you, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your sisters, you hug?
Yeah, my sisters.
Very huggy, lovey.
Oh, well, we're not really affectionate like that. So hugging is not mandatory in our family.
Got you. But you've told them you love them recently.
Of course.
Okay. So I couldn't remember.
Wait.
Sure.
Told them I loved them. I think they already know
Nah.
that. I've expressed my love. See, when you do right by people, Marquis, certain things they feel the love that's exuded from me. I don't have to necessarily say, because you can tell me you love me all day long and fuss and cuss and cheat and do what. Yeah, it's not about the word. It's more so about the action. How much love have you been shown compared to how many times somebody said it now?
Okay. I won't.
That's my argument.
I don't disagree with you that
Okay.
with the word should be the action.
Yes.
But you're saying just if there's enough action, you don't need word.
Not necessarily.
That's what you said.
Yeah. But remember, you and I have different love languages, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Like you need those words of affirmations.
Okay. So I was continuing with. I don't remember the last time because there's been like friction a little bit or a little whatever the case may be. And I've seen my mother often. I don't remember the last time I hugged her or told her that I loved her. Right?
Okay.
And then I'm watching people argue, fight, and then people are dying the next day, the next week. So that's been wearing on me.
Oh, okay.
Then I've been feeling like, I mean, so much stuff's been happening, but like a part of me is like fading. Like my
Wait, what we just hopping on?
I'm seeing.
I have my anointing oil. We're about to go somewhere today. Because this is going to be the last day you feel like that. Come on.
So I'm happy for my friends that are happy and living life. I see that. I'm happy for them, my young men's. They're doing good. Someone's getting married, et cetera, et cetera. I'm happy for them. And then I'm like fighting all this stuff. Don't know the last time I've been beefing with people that I care about.
Okay.
People that I don't even talk to, like they can like probably only a few people like can recognize like, yo, son, you're not right. What's going on with you? But I don't even deal with them or talk to people like that. So I've been arguing, fighting. It's been wearing on me because I don't like that.
Okay.
And then I have no outlet to like.
I mean,
I guess this is the
starting
outlet.
It right here.
Right, this is the outlet. So I can see how
mentally people turn to
substances,
other outlets. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And he's on another level than I'm operating on.
We're talking
he's
about Michael K. Williams,
who's I'm sure supporting many people, providing for many people. I saw that his son like just landed from the airport, traveling, landed, and then he's getting all this news feed. Michael K. Williams is passed. I don't know if he's mentioned when the last time he spoke to him or told his dad he loved him, but all that stuff's wearing on me.
Okay.
So I've been feeling like in the mud. I'm not where I want to be financially. There's so much going on.
Okay.
So the one outlet that I did have that I don't like is good and bad, but it's, I could say like music therapy.
Okay.
So I've been able to write. Let me shout out my cousin Ali, 8boy D. on Instagram.
Okay.
He's dropping bars on people.
Good.
He's good. He's a dude that got me writing since I was like third grade. Him and I would be upstairs in my mom's room in Belleville, and we wrote this song. He came up with the concept, so he was already more experienced, but he came up with the concept for the song. He got the title Mo Cheddar. That's when money was called cheddar.
Mo Cheddar. Marquis wrote a song called Mo Cheddar.
Mo Cheddar. He gave me my name. My rap name was Killer Do, right? and he came up with everything. Got the beat. I had to write my verse. Rewrote his verse. We sang the hook. He came up with the hook.
Okay.
Scrapped next song. So I got into writing music
because of him.
Oh
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, at a very young age. We had our other cousin, Ray Gutter, we call him. Ray was.
Y'all had a whole little locks group going on, huh?
We didn't have that. Well, Ali seemed to have that drive. Ray didn't have that drive, and I'll tell you how I faded off when. So I'm now battle rapping kids in Belleville. Black kid, I'm the only black kid. I'm battle rapping kids from 4th grade to middle school. Belleville's full of hills. I'm walking up to middle school. They see me. They're like, yo, Keys, come. Yo, get him. I got a battle rap every day. Every day I'm rapping. So, but I was good. I was freestyling off the dome. I was good. Had a kid, now this kid named Jeff that I met in the 8th grade. He does this for real.
Okay.
He had demos, tapes out, selling in school, I believe. So I knew, like, all right, I'm not on that level. I'm good. I'm waxing these kids just off the dome. But, you know, I'm not writing and producing music like he is. I don't want to smoke with this kid. So we would always face off, but we would never, he'd be like, go, spit, go. We would never do it.
Oh.
Right? So after that, that's when my rapping thing faded away. So all that to say, now I'm writing.
You kept writing?
I'm writing
Okay.
bars and stuff like that about my feelings and stuff like that. But I don't like that. I think it's helped me write better. But it's not like I'm like taking inventory. Like, okay, you did this and you said this and you in the street and you over here and I'm like, and I'm internalizing all this, and I don't think that's healthy for me in my mental state right now. And because I haven't rapped in years, I don't even know if it's going to be good. You know what I mean? But it's kind of been therapeutic to
Just
write
to write and release.
Write and release.
Write and release.
Don't know if it's going to be good because I haven't rapped, but we'll see how that goes. But I've been feeling like down, like really, really, really down.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure, go ahead.
When was the last time you prayed?
This morning.
No, I mean
Legit, this morning.
legit.
Yeah.
How did you feel after?
I felt better.
But it's only temporary, right?
Yeah. Now, if you're gonna, I can say I haven't prayed like I used to pray. I can say that.
Okay.
I haven't been praying like I used to. When I was really like, So that also, this is a mental thing that I'm beefing with people that I really care about, that I really don't like, that I'm fighting with them. I just want peace. I don't want the last thing to be said to anyone was that we had an argument and now you're gone.
Oh,
I don't want that on my
that would
conscience.
be horrible.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like when I'm doing that with people. Then the spiritual part of it is not
Yeah.
praying, not fasting, not all that.
Just break. Can I just offer what helps me? Because
Go ahead.
I've had feelings of just overwhelming pressure of either being a mediator or being a confidant. Like there were certain things that, I would hold on for people or with people that wasn't for me to hold on. And there was some issues that I couldn't control.
Gotcha.
I can't control how you feel about this person. I can't control how you feel about me. I can't control how you internalize what I say when I defend myself. I can't control how you perceive me after we're done. At some point, I can't control anything besides what I produce, what I put out. I can control me being angry about saying things in anger, saying any things in retaliation, being dismissive. But when it comes to being overwhelmed by what people are doing to you, that is the most draining feeling ever.
Right.
Because I get people that's down on themselves, and it kind of takes like a little bit of morale and like self-esteem and different things to pull you up out of your own mess. But when you got to pull yourself up out of mess that people are packing on you, that's optional.
Well, so yes. Yeah, yes.
How is that not optional? You're going to have to block some things, or you're going to have to stop some things.
Some things I can't
from
block. Some things I can't. Some people you can't. I guess you could block family, but like I said, I don't like beefing with family. So
well, does it have to be a beef? It can be a disagreement. We disagree all the time.
I know.
It can be. Listen, we don't agree on the same things. That's it.
Well, disagreement is one thing, but like I said, I felt I was apologizing for something. I didn't even do anything wrong. I'm just apologizing, which is always not good because I'm quick to apologize, but not action behind it. The apology, which is not
You
good.
just want it to be over.
But I just wanted to, even though I didn't do anything wrong, felt anything wrong, I just wanted, let's just keep the peace between us because I need you, you need me, blah, blah, blah. Family, whatever the case may be.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Again, that's what's on my mind. Like, I don't want that to be the last time we spoke. Something happened.
No, I understand. I personally, he's talking about it for the first time, so I don't know what happened, but
okay.
I just know the expectations that we have on people. You keep that in consideration just when you're going through. You don't need to empty out everything you feel on people in the moment because you never know what they're going through. I know I'm dealing with stuff with my kids. I know you're a first-time dad. You're dealing with this, that, and you're trying to get things together.
Yeah.
So it would be immature and absolutely disgusting of me just to shoot out garbage, boom, because I don't know how you are mentally.
Where you at?
Where you at mentally. And just because I need to get it out and I need to say it does not mean I have to say it to you.
I like that.
So,
yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't believe you've done anything that would cross.
Right.
You would think that you lied or you cheated or you stabbed somebody, you took somebody's purse, somebody's pocketbook. Sense. I ain't steal from you. I ain't cheat on you. I ain't crash your car. Get up off me. And so I told you about that.
In this instance, yes, I did nothing wrong.
I understand that feeling, and it's not a good feeling. So I just want to encourage you that I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what to avoid and who to avoid, or things that you need to stop and nip in the bud in order to protect yourself. Because at this point, I believe if people just shooting stuff out, it's just to get it off of them, and it's not really protecting you at that.
Yeah, it felt like it wasn't, and I said that like, this is clearly not about me. This is not about this. It's something else.
Let people dump.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
Don't let people
but because of the person, reverence and all that stuff, and I'm like, all right, let me just apologize. I'm sorry. Let's just keep it. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess, hug your loved ones. I know you said action, which is totally true, matters. It does matter, but I think every once in a while, I love you. You know what? Our cousin Basim said, at the cookout.
Hey, Basim.
What's up? Yeah, at the cookout, he's like, yo, we need to have a cousin group chat where we just mental health, like, yo, you good? What's going on?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, what's good? You all right? Just check in with people, make sure they're okay, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, because we are the cousins of a generation that is more expressive in our feelings. And I think the generation before us were more reluctant to let people that was before them know how they feel and how they were made to feel. They kept a lot of secrets, kept a lot of things to themselves. And we are a part of a generation that we don't actually have to keep nobody's secrets. We don't actually have to carry the burdens of families and, just life situations. We are at an age where we can talk and express how we feel, express what's going on, and okay, how do we move on? Because my whole thing is for you to feel like this all week, at this point, what's the resolution? Because the resolution ain't going to always be that I got to sit and apologize for something that I ain't always do now. I'm not going to encourage anybody to do that. The resolution is that you did this, and now I just need you to apologize to me. No, that's not healthy. That's not healthy communication. I don't care who it is, because I'm a mom and I get that. Like, I had an issue with my son last night. It was just like, okay, we walking into 20 next month. What we doing? Did I fail you as a mother? And he kind of looked at me like, you did everything you were supposed to do as a mother. I'm making my own choices. I was like, well, God, I thank you. It's all for me now. I don't know how to take that positive or negative. But I needed for him to realize at this point.
Do you hug your son?
I had him yesterday. I did not hug him, but we spent a lot of time together, and it was unusual for us to like spend that amount of time together on a Friday night.
That is
Like,
that is good. But
yeah.
you know, he as a son myself, and mothers both like we're son and mothers are like this, and daughters and fathers are like this. Supposed to be somehow that's how it happens. I think he needs that from you.
Okay.
Just saying. So
I'll be intentional the next time I'm with my son to make sure.
Yeah, I think we need to be intentional with a lot of people that we care about. That
Feelings,
are yeah,
words.
What we say.
Yes,
what
I
we
understand.
Do. Yo, it's been
And
yeah,
I
it's
was
been weighing on me.
feeling really burdened yesterday because I was preparing myself to go somewhere that I really didn't want to go. And I'm in the shower and I'm preparing all day, and it was just like, it was for a good cause, but I'm looking, I don't want to be here. I don't want to go. Why am I doing this to myself? And I really was beating myself up because I did not want to go, and I did not want to be around where I was going to be around. And I had to ask the Lord, listen, I'm done being that person that just did it just for sacrificial purposes, or did it to keep the peace, or did it to keep my name, or did it to be obedient. I'm not going to say if it doesn't serve me, because I know life isn't to serve me.
Right. Okay.
But I'm not putting myself in a position or around people that I don't, I no longer don't want to be around.
How many times have we all done that, right?
That includes family, churches, work.
Yeah.
I can be so
Friends,
copacetic.
yeah.
Friends is just like, why am I dreading going here? If you dreading it that much, girl, you won't stay your behind home. I don't want to have my loved ones like you. I don't want to have that burden to where I don't even want to be around my mother or my sister or my aunt or my cousin or my church family or my son. So I get what you're saying, where we do things and say things to keep the peace, but I no longer want to feel that if it's going to lead to this, which is toxic, because that's a part of toxic relationships that we talked about 2-3 episodes ago, to where I don't even want to be around you because I'm always going to have to apologize for something. You internalizing stuff that's not on me, that's more on you, and I can't be free around.
Yeah.
We're done. I'm done doing that.
Yeah.
I'm done doing that. So.
My outlet is this music. I hope this...
Your outlet at this point got to be more than music.
I guess
you express yourself really good.
That's why I think the music's gonna be good. I don't know if the bars are gonna be good, but I think the music's gonna be. It's been very therapeutic recording it, getting those thoughts out, those feelings out. Yes, should it be another way as well? I'm thinking about sitting down, talking with someone.
Okay.
What else? It just changed my
You're
hours.
about to get married, right?
No, I'm just.
Oh, okay.
This is a bunch of
Sitting down talking with like
a therapist.
Oh, okay.
Sitting down talking with a therapist to get my.
Oh, that'll be good for you.
I think so. That we could deal with Marquis and all that's. Yeah, all that's encompassed with Marquis and get all that stuff out.
Listen, and for people that don't know. We are first cousins, so I have a right to say this.
Go ahead.
When you dump on him, you dump on me. I seen this man get up and work. I seen this man tarry for the Holy Spirit. I seen this man be there for me, his mama, whoever that. He ain't gonna initially do everything, but he ain't the worst either. I'm going to need y'all to just lighten it up just a little bit, because as much as we see the bad in people or the negative things about people or the things that we want them to change, we got to acknowledge who they are as a person too.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I look, so not getting married yet or soon. I got to deal with me. But I got to say, I look to you. I got to look to you and my mother. I do look to you and my mother, or actually,
you don't ask
women.
Me nothing.
No. I said look to you. I see. The
Come on, give me my flowers.
the introverted Marquis doesn't always say these things, but I internalize everything. Like I said,
need
I'm
to
taking
hear
an
it.
inventory of everything. So you, my mother, women,
Mm-hmm.
that's when, like if I'm feeling like this, I can only imagine single parent, this,
Yeah.
the women, black women, have it the worst in this society and everything that they're going through
Carrying
and
the burdens
carrying the
of, right?
burnings of everything. So I'm like, if they,
Jesus said, lay him down.
that's why he gives us rest, right? He is the rest. He is the Sabbath. So I'm looking at that like, all right, if they did all this, they went through this, raised me, single parent, this person left them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm like, all right, you can do it, Marquis. Whatever
Of
you're feeling,
course.
you can get out of this funk. So to tie it all back to Michael K, I don't know what he was dealing with.
But
But we got to talk about, what is it, fentanyl?
fentanyl, I know that's what they say. I think an autopsy report have to confirm some things. So even if it was, but they did say fentanyl,
Yeah.
paraphernalia was there.
That's really big right now. It's being laced in a lot of. So I don't even know. Talking to my mom about it, I'm like, that's not overdose. To me, that's like, if that was in there, that's someone poisoned it. Someone's lacing that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? That's not an overdose, because you probably, I'm sure people have parties and whatever. They do whatever their little thing they do millions of times.
Yeah.
It's been good. They just want to have a good time in whatever they are in New York City. But, when someone lacing it to make it cheaper or whatever the case may be, now you're killing someone. So I don't know if that's really considered overdose. But we
Yeah.
don't know what people are going through. We don't know what he was carrying that made him have to deal with those things or use that outlet. And I know he talked about it. He struggled with it for years. He said it's an everyday struggle.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's and I just want to pay my respects to him. Check your people's mental health. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Make sure the person's okay before you dump something, before you say something slick, or whatever the case may be.
But that last word could be the word, be like, yeah, let me go get a bag, and that last bag will be.
I can see why people snap.
That last bag is just like, I can't deal with this. I need something to ease the pain.
Yes.
And what's
Yeah.
going to ease the pain? Either you putting it in weed or cocaine or heroin and pills or liquefying it. And then that last thing, and it's some things is not always on people. Some things are our own shortcomings as well. And if he had an addiction, we already know that when there's any issues with addiction, there is an association with mental health, because you can't physically break loose from that without real help. You can't even stop drinking if you are an alcoholic without dying.
Wow.
Drinking, you cannot stop cold turkey. When you're that severe in alcoholism, that can kill you if you stop the cold turkey. The only thing that I know for sure is, and I'm not a nurse or a doctor, but I do know Coke you can stop when you
Cold
want
turkey.
to, because it's just an upper. You can stop. If you're a cokehead, you can stop snorting Coke when you want to. But stuff like heroin and alcohol and, opioid addictions, pills and lean syrup, all of those things, once you are addicted mentally, that is a struggle to get free from. So
I thank God, I'm not knocking anyone, but I can't even swallow pills. So I thank God I never dealt with. I can't shoot myself. I don't like needles. I can't sniff something. Like a lot of stuff I can't even get involved with.
you could drink something.
And then beer tastes horrible. I remember drinking with my dad. Horrible. Now some of that stuff, FISA pour though. FISA enforcement. At a Thanksgiving or whatever, that stuff be feeling good. Tastes good, but thank God I've never got addicted to anything like that or needed those substances. But, I guess I need something else. So we'll figure that out. Rest in peace to Michael K. Williams. And all those who just lost loved ones recently, and, Hold on. That's what, by the way, that's the title of the song. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
It's a good one. And my boy Tech DM'd me that I haven't spoken, basketball player. We went to high school together. Recently hit me up. Got saved, coming to the Lord. He was the first he was the first one I told him, like, in high school. I'm like, yeah, I'm holding out for marriage, man. I'm a virgin. He's like, what? What? You a virgin? Hold it out. I'm like, yeah, I'm holding out. He was like, so you never felt the warmth embrace of
In high school, y'all had this conversation.
Yeah, in high school. He was getting busy. And I wasn't in high school.
And now he's
He turned his life around and got saved. And
he married?
I don't think he's married.
Oh, not yet. Okay.
I think he's living with the girl, but he's not married.
Well,
moved to
he ain't
Florida.
living nothing. Go ahead.
He's new. He didn't know. He's new. He's new to this. Moved to Florida, doing this thing. He had lost his pops in high school.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a good man. Then he recently messaged me telling me all these things and like, yeah, I've been going through a lot, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just trying to hold on, man. I'm like, yo, that's my new song coming out. Hold on. You just confirmed I got to release this. And then he sent me like this whole, I gave him my number. Sent me a whole text message about like his prayers that he kind of says every day.
Oh, okay.
And it was
Nice.
Yeah. So shout out to you. He's actually said he's been listening to the podcast as well.
So, I like the concept of hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm going to need you to write a song called Let Go. Because you're going to hold on to stuff until it recycles.
Wait,
And
hold
so-
on means like when you're feeling like falling apart.
And now let it go. All the expectations, all the Essex baggage, all of the unwanted
all
or
that.
unsolicited advice, and yeah, that's the next song.
We're good at.
Let go.
I have you sing the hook.
Let go. Marquis, I need to talk to you. Let go. Marquis, I've been feeling let go. Let go of me.
Let go. We're on that too.
That was prophetic. Let that sink in.
I'll take it. I will take it. Anything else you want to add?
No, we pretty much covered everything. Oh, I do want to say, because we are talking about the bulk of it is, checking in on your mental health and what we do and what we say and the effects that drugs have on our culture, and people that we are influenced by. I wouldn't use Michael K. Williams' death as a propaganda just to, promote mental health, but this is something that is very relevant in African American communities, communities all over. And because we are seeing this and our children are seeing this, I need us to at least start the conversation of what our children's outlets are or what they would turn to. Because I did have a conversation with my son, like, okay, so when you feeling like this, that's when I found out he started smoking cigarettes. And he was like, I smoke a black and mild because it helps me with the stress. And I'm looking like, you 16, what you stressing about? But I never knew that even as a 16-year-old, he's going to need something too. And if it's usually not girls, he can't come to me. He didn't like where he was at. Everybody uses an outlet. It is not for 50-year-old Black African-American men. It's going to be for your 12-year-old nieces, your 13-year-old nephews. Once they get access to certain things and it start to alleviate some feelings that they've been going through, it can be through cutting. It can be through medicine in a cabinet. It can be through your stash of vodka that you think they don't know about. I even seen children that are addicted to caffeine. They getting big cups of caffeine. 12-year-olds coming into school. They are using different sources as outlets, and we need to start to find out what those triggers are so that we can help.
There's certain things I can't identify with, which is like having a grandparent. I know nothing about it. I never had it. I don't know recall me being stressed out at 16, but I've seen it with my friends that went through crazy childhoods. The girls that were promiscuous in high school because they never, whatever the issue was. I'm not, blasting anyone. Friends that were doing those kind of hardcore drugs. I'm like, why are they doing these hardcore drugs?
They needed an outlet.
But I never checked on their mental state. I never knew what was going on with them internally. I just judged them and I never said anything. But in my preconceived notion, like I don't know that they wilding.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing that you were able to live in a household where you
but that's
were
profound,
sheltered.
what you said.
I lived in a household where I was subject to it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's profound. I think the kids now and this generation have it worse than what we did because they have all this.
They have everything.
Everything. Social media, everything on them. It's
and
a huge
narcotics is the biggest one because Generation Z, I did find out that Generation Z does not like how alcohol makes them feel. So they're not going to be the ones that turn to Hennessy and Patron and all. They don't like the way it feels.
They want to do syrup pills.
They go on to opioids and they go on to narcotics. Whereas our generation pick up a bottle of Hennessy
or weed
or weed or something, they are going to something different. They don't like alcohol at Generation Z. Not all of them, but most of them. The majority of Generation Z don't like the effects of alcohol because alcohol make you sick the next day. So the fact that they're waking up in their own vomit, they like, no, I'd rather smoke something. So they are using outlets. What is it?
So I guess be attuned with be attuned with your children, what they're going through. Find out, talk to them, tell them, hey, I love you. What's up? You good? Talk to me. Blah blah blah. Kiss them. All that good stuff. And be attuned to their environment, what they're dealing with, and what's going on inside, man. Because they're turning to these other things and substances that are going to kill them. Wow, I didn't even think about that. How many friends I had like doing these hardcore drugs in high school.
And I'm glad you wasn't really influenced by that.
They left me alone. I was an athlete. Thank God.
Yeah.
I thank God. I was, yeah.
Not everybody has that will to turn away from it, but you really didn't have much of an outlet that you needed to.
I'm a loner, introvert. I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm cooling inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all my other friends was out there.
Wow.
Out there. Until a lot of them today still out there, running. And I'm just like.
And I thought I was my son's outlet too. I seen the black and mild at 16. Like, is this just for like pictures or the culture? He was like, no, it helps me. What are you stressed about?
That's what we gotta find out, right?
Are you stressed because of me? Because I'm asking you to clean your room? No. Something else is going on. We found out what was going on, but it was much deeper. Some things that were out of my control, but it was still like, as much as my mother prayed for me, all that oil that she slapped in my face while I was asleep, none of that. I don't want to say none of it worked because sometimes we can even pray for things, and we can get into this further. A lot of people think that prayer is going to solve everything, and prayer does not solve everything. Some things will always remain the same no matter how hard you pray for them. Some people will never change no matter how hard you pray for them. Your perspective will change after you done prayed enough. Like, okay, now I can deal with this differently.
Yeah.
But some things will never change after you pray for them. It don't matter how hard you pray.
I was going to say, see, I want to go scripture.
Say it.
You can find it on your own. I won't even go to the scripture, but certain things won't be done unless it's according to his will. If it's his will for it to happen, and then prayer without works
is dead.
So there's going to be some type of something you got to do on your end. You got to pray as though everything, depends on God. And you got to put the work in as everything depends on you. And when those two come together, and if it's his will, all right, cool.
Then it change.
Then it'll change. If it's not his will, you might have to deal with that thorn. It might be his will for you to deal with that thorn, for whatever the reason is. Wow, that was the children, what they're going through. stress, whatever the case may be. That's deep.
Yeah, our children see everything. We're not hiding anything from them.
Man. Wow. Okay. So that's all I got for the Millennial Minded Podcast with Marquis and Jeeah. Follow us on Instagram at millennial.minded, YouTube, Facebook page, all that stuff. Check in on mental health for your people, your friends, your loved ones, and your children. Don't just leave them in the basement to do whatever. Leave them alone. They're just playing video games. Check in, see what they're doing, see what they're playing. See what's going on.
Go through that phone, go through that internet, go through them clothes, check them pockets, anything that you can do to prevent it.
My mother
because
did that to me.
at a certain point with my son, when I kept finding the lighters, he got tired of buying the lighters. When I found another pack. I found whatever it is. I was diligent, and until he got of age to where I could no longer confiscate it from him. Do what you have to do.
Yo, just made me go. All right, so is it good that? All right, I made him do that stuff because I'm watching. I'm thinking about my other cousins that I live with. They did all types of stuff, but thinking about it now as I'm older, I didn't see it then, but I can see the trauma that they dealt with, so I can understand why they did these things, or smoked weed or whatever the case may be. Me, who didn't do all that stuff, I'm just internalizing everything, just taking it all in. I didn't do that, but I don't know if is that better?
It's not. There's a healthy outlet to everything that we're dealing with. We just got to find what that healthy outlet is. It's a healthy response always out there. We just got to do the work and find it.
And you said no, not just music for me.
No, not just music. And you got a backbone. You got a voice.
Okay.
So
All right, Millennial Minded Podcast, Marquis and Jeeah. We hope this has been therapeutic
this
for me.
has been very How do you feel now?
I feel like a weight is off me. I feel better. I definitely feel better. I'm still writing these songs though. But
yes.
I'm gonna write "Let It Go."
Let go.
Let go.
Don't say let it go. Because now you're a rapper. let go.
Let go. Killer dude coming at you. Yeah, and sis, my sister, go ahead and get the vaccine. I'll probably do it today. I'll probably go ahead and get my shot right after this podcast, and we'll talk about it. Pfizer, don't get Johnson & Johnson. Don't get Johnson.
Clear Johnson & Johnson.
Man, don't get Johnson & Johnson. If you're going to get anything, we stick in a Pfizer. Or whatever. Pfizer, stick with Pfizer.
Okay.
Get your education, get up out of there so you can live your life. Remember, it's not the mark of the beast.
No.
We're good. Go ahead and get your vaccine. Be blessed, everyone. See you next time. Peace.
Millennial minded.